All right, everyone, welcome here to a live Scrimcast. We got game two coming at you. I missed game one here. So we're starting off with game two. Maybe we'll replay cast game one later or another time. We got Doghouse here on the Legion side taking on Big Ego Crew, two of the best teams currently in Han. And I believe Doghouse won game one. I caught the end of that match. So gonna be interested to see here what we're gonna see in game two. Bans are done. We got Puppet Master, Pharaoh, and Alonia banned out from Doghouse, Tremble, Kronos, and the Chipper going to be banned out here from Big Ego Crew. Um, Pretty interesting bans there. We haven't really been seeing a whole lot of Puppet Master on this current patch. The Tremble and the Pharaoh respect bans there. The Kronos as well. A hero that Doghouse does like to occasionally run on either Fa or Azov. The Alonia one is quite interesting. We don't get to really see a whole lot of Alonia, but I think that one's the most unusual ban. Then we have the Chipper, very popular support hero for the current meta. First pick Gemini coming out. Can't say I saw that one coming. That's pretty interesting there. They're gonna pick up a core to start things off here. Um, that is a hero that we typically see Fa play as the position one hero. So I'm almost expecting to see that played in that role. I will be surprised if we do see a different position one hero for this game. But we're going to have Engineer and Blacksmith picked up from the side of Big Ego Crew. So they're going for a aggressive makeup so far. Um, I think we're going to see Dutch play in the Blacksmith. We could see Kevin play and carry this game perhaps for Big Ego Crew. They might swap things up a little bit here. But we could also see short lane Blacksmith, not out of the question. Not really too sure what they're going to do with the Blacksmith just yet. There's the Magnus and the Gravekeeper pick coming out from Doghouse. So going with the Gravekeeper. Now that's a hero I have not seen in competitive play for quite some time. We typically see him in more of the solo mid style of role, but if I'm not wrong here, I think Dude likes to play Gravekeeper in more of a support style. If it's a support Gravekeeper, that's going to be interesting. I don't know how good Gravekeeper is as a support hero. Because typically you want to snowball on him, get those early levels, start running around and one-shotting people with that zombie apocalypse. So I'm not too sure how I feel about the Gravekeeper, but it's pretty nice to see him picked up here. We're going to see how he performs. Nonetheless, second wave of bans almost finished here. We got Shellshock, Cthulhu Fa, and Warchief banned here from Big Ego Crew. Those are bans I was not expecting. The Shellshock has been getting a lot of bans lately. I think these are some of the teams that really do like to pick up the Snail. Very action-heavy style of hero. The Cthulhu Fa and the Warchief a little bit more understandable. Pretty strong laners. Then we have the Berserker, Sir Bensington, and Sandwraith, banned away from Zanuki there of Doghouse. So they address the carries as they already have their own in the Gemini. So different style of bans coming out there from the two sides. Bubble is going to come out here on the third pick with one more remaining. So they're going for the Bubbles here. I'm actually not too sure who's going to play Bubbles. I think we typically would see Kevin play Bubbles for this team. I don't know if Volka plays Bubbles at all. There's the Kinesis pick. So I think that's going to be a Mech's main support Kinesis and Shortcan playing the second support Engineer. Which, boy, if they actually get Blacksmith to Volka, that would be interesting. I don't think they're gonna run carry Blacksmith, but if they do, they might pick an offlane hero for Volka to pair up with that Engineer and just have a very aggressive lineup. So it's possible. They're shadow picking the Wild Soul over there. Will they run a Wild Soul with a Gemini is the question. That would be a very farm heavy team, but at the same time, Gemini is a pretty active style of carry. He does have quite a lot of burst damage in the early game. Wild Soul a little bit more of a farmer style of hero, but they could still use that physical damage presence from the Wild Soul. So we'll have to wait and see what the final two picks are going to be here for Doghouse. But initially, I'm thinking we're going to see a support Gravekeeper with a second support Magnus. They'll pick up a couple more cores here for mid or off lane on top of that Gemini, but plenty of overtime here. We got Nighthound and Revenant. Okay, so they pick up trio of Invis heroes. They have Nighthound, Revenant, and Magnus now, all with Invis. They can essentially go 5-man Invis. But the Revenant, that's I think we're gonna see Snooki play core Revenant this game. For some reason I feel like it's going to be a Gravekeeper support, and we're gonna see core Revenant, Nighthound perhaps going into the off lane, or solo into the short lane. But knowing Hex, I think they're just gonna send Nighthound long lane, and then run their supports with the Gemini, Revenant in either mid or short lane. So final pick here coming up, 10 more seconds for Big Ego Crew. Who is it going to be? This will determine where they will put the blacksmith. So they do pick up a carry hero. It is going to be Shadowblade. Shadowblade, I haven't seen him since the nerf in this current patch. He got that nerf to his soul sight. Actually, I want to take a look at the patch notes here. He got some stat changes, I think, too. Where's Shadowblade? Base strength and all his stats got lowered by 3, but he gets more gain. It's up to 2 gain, and his base damage got lowered. Essence shift, strength stuff. Okay, it's mostly on his soul sight. But anyway, we get to see Shadowblade here. Pretty powerful carry hero. Similar to the Gemini, both heroes like to play off of those attributes, building into stat items. They scale very well into the late game. I think you could even argue Shadowblade scales harder with his Essence Shift than Gemini with his Elemental Force. So that is going to be fun to see. Two stat style of carries battling it out. But there's the Duder Gravekeeper, the Snooki Revenant. This is what I predicted here. They are actually running Ozif on the Magmus. So this is what I did not expect. They're going to be running an offlane Magmus here. And it looks like, is that going to be a short farming Nighthound? Are they going to do like some kind of jungling with the creep wave or something? I feel like they're going to do something really weird. So it is Dutch playing the blacksmith, and Kevin is actually playing carry this game. So they're sending Volka on the, oh no, Whoop is here. Who's missing? Oh, Volka's missing. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so Whoop is playing mid for them this game. That's maybe perhaps why they're changing up the drafting a little bit. So they're sending Gemini. They're putting their carry hero in the mid lane. I think we're gonna see like a jungle pulling Nighthound or something strange. So already a pretty different style of strat for both sides coming out here. We got the Kinesis Shadowblade lane against the Magmus. Bubbles against Gemini mid. We have Blacksmith Engineer against a pseudo tri lane here. Nighthound just going to stand here, give that information. He can't really do a whole lot, but he does have Toxin Claws, so he's going to be able to slow them down. They might try to go for a kill on the Engineer. That's a little early to start things off. There's the Defile coming out from Revenant, but not the best execution there. They're really not able to line up that first blood kill. Magnus, oh, he actually misses the stun there in the top lane. Kinesis is going to steal that Lava Surge with his Thought Steal. Going to do a stun there, put some pressure onto the Magmus, but Shadowblade doing a nice job here of boxing Magmus out of XP while Kinesis does a creep pull, and looks like he won't miss any last hits while doing that, so putting a lot of pressure there. He does have the health potion, so he will be fine. Bottom lane, we have a Keg stun landing onto Revenant. He will also be fine. The mid lane matchup is quite interesting. Bubbles against Gemini. Now, if you said, tell me what Fa's best hero is, I'd probably tell you Gemini. But I do feel like Bubbles should probably have an edge in this matchup here, as well as being able to control runes a little bit easier. But we'll have to see how that goes. He's currently winning on the Gemini, 8-3 against 7-2, but very even to start things off. So Nighthound, looks like he did take a creep wave here into the jungle. He's got his invis untoggled there to drag the creep wave around the jungle. The question is, what is he going to do after he gets this jungle pulled down? He might get close to level 4. After he's done with this, he might be able to jungle the hard camp here as well. But it does take away experience and gold away from Revenant down here in the bottom lane. So already the top lane getting pushed there. Magma's going to get a lot of experience. He's already level 3. So we see the XP lead already. A couple minutes into the game, already in favor of Legion as they have the Nighthound getting experience. We're going to have a keg stun following up that fireball from the Blacksmith. He does go for the Frenzy. We've been seeing a lot of Blacksmith skip the Flaming Hammer lately. They've been going for the stun and the Frenzy. But Nighthound is now here. He's level 3. He has a level 1 pounce currently. Engineer getting slowed by those Toxin Claws. There's the Corpse Toss coming in from Gravekeeper, and it is going to be enough for a Bloodlust kill there onto the Nighthound. They're thinking about going for more. The Defile Slows kicking in on top of the Toxin Claws. There's another stun from Gravekeeper, and it's going to be a double tap for Nighthound. So 2 heroes without escapes here in the bottom lane against that tri-lane, that pseudo tri-lane, as Nighthound picks up a couple of levels there. He's even going to throw out some more harass here. Very pesky hero this Nighthound is to go up against. But they're not done. They're putting a lot of pressure here. Gravekeeper going to eat a double stun combo, and that will be a kill. Now Shuriken will go down on the Engineer in response, so it is a 1-for-1. And while this was going on, Revenant was just farming in the tower, so wasn't a hero trade there. Blacksmith, he needs to be careful. The slows are very strong. Here comes the Defile into the Mortification. I don't think this will be enough damage. Actually, it might, as there's the Golden Apple going to be used by Dutch, but it will not be enough. Now, Nighthound does go down to the tower, so he actually gives up his kill streak there. That's going to give a nice chunk of gold over to Blacksmith. Meanwhile, in the top river, I missed that one completely. We have a double damage Magnus. He used his Lava Surge there. They get the kill onto Bubbles. Magnus, he does not have mana here, but he's boxing out the Kinesis. He's got a health potion. He's going to be just fine. But Bubbles goes down there to both the Gemini and the Magnus as the Rune Control coming in there, playing a part of that kill. So we take a look at the GPM chart. We have Gemini currently at 400 gold per minute. This is without any kills, just an assist. He is... Oh, I missed a kill top lane, actually. Looks like Magnus did get mana for that Lava Surge as Nighthound rotates up there. He has the Marchers picked up now on top of the Iron Shield. They get the kill into Shadowblade. That's a very big kill for them. As he was the top... Or he still is the top farmer for his team, but now drops below 300 gold per minute. Magnus gets the bottle to himself. Now we have Bubbles here playing very aggressively. Nighthound coming in from the flank. Gemini will need to recombine. Here comes a cloud from Nighthound. The Twin Fang Stun will land. There's the breath from Gemini, and the pounce is going to be enough to set up that kill. The roaming Nighthound already setting up lots of kills. He's 340 gold per minute currently with 4 kills here in the first 5.5 minutes. So he's doing an excellent job. He's now making his way up to the top lane, where he might try to set up another kill on the Shadowblade. Here's a stun from Kinesis onto Magnus. Magnus will use a defensive Lava Surge now. He will be forced to use the Steam Bath. There's the stun from the Soul Sight coming in. Will this be enough damage for a kill? The leap coming in from Shadowblade. Does he have his Q? He does use the Gargantuan's Blast, and Mex on the Kinesis will get the kill on that Magnus. So Magnus falls here for the first time. He now drops below 200 GPM. Here comes a pounce in the mid lane into the cloud. There's the Twin Fang stun going to land, and Bubbles cannot survive as the cloud with that silence preventing the take cover from being used there. So the Nighthound again causing so much disruption there. The keg stun, he's going to guess there as he has an idea Nighthound's around, but he's going to miss. He did steal that Merrick's rune before Nighthawk could get there. But definitely an unconventional lineup coming out here from Doghouse. Working so far as they take an 8-3 hero kill lead. They're sitting on 2,000 gold, almost 3,000 experience lead here. As Gemini, he continues to lead the way, 430 gold per minute, 43 creep kills. Shadowblade not too far behind with 39. But now we see it looks like Engineer rotating away from the bottom lane. Blacksmith going to be playing more or less solo down here. We'll see if Engineer can set up any kills. We do have this Ward of Sight from Gemini in the jungle here, so they do spot out the Engineer. They might try to go for a kill here in the mid lane. Regen rune will be used here by the Gemini. So, thinking about what we'll see from Revenant here, we could possibly see an early Hellflower, maybe even a Geometer's Bane as his first item. Not really too sure what Snooki's going to go for. We'll have to wait and see. So Blacksmith, I'm expecting to see Staff of the Master this game. We'll see what he decides to go for. Double Apprentice Robe on Shadowblade. That's intriguing. I wonder if he's going to build one of them into a light brand, but what will he do with the second one? Here comes a stun in the mid lane onto Gemini. He's getting stun locked. Can he get the Twin Fangs to safety? He will, but there's Bubbles porting to his Shell Surf. He's already there, and the 3-man rotation here for the Gemini will be enough for the kills. They do use that kelp field to secure that kill. So they finally get the kill here onto Gemini. He still remains the top farmer, 390 gold per minute, but not too far behind is the Revenant with those Steam Boots picked up, sitting on 1,200 gold already. We see Bubbles picking up the Soul Trap here, and not with the best farm as he's currently 0-3. But I'm trying to think what Shadowblade is going to be building into this game with the second Apprentice Robe. I can't think, at least right now, what that would build into. Engineer's making his way to the top lane. Magnus is up here in the trees. And Nighthound is making his way up here as well. The supports looks like they're just going to farm the easy camp here. Nighthound, he knows he's safe here. Here comes a stun from Magnus on the Kinesis. The cloud is down, and he will use the Lava Surge defensively. Now Shadowblade pops the dust. He will put the auto attacks in onto Nighthound. One more, he jumps in with the, what's that called? The Faint Siphon. Here comes a Lava Surge. Gemini is now here with the Twin Fang Stun. The Breath, he splits into the Fire and Ice, and he will get the kill there onto the Shadowblade. Magnus is going to hold his ground. Bubbles will fall as he comes in with the kill field. The damage was not there, and they lose 3 players for the Nighthound. There, Magnus, it looks like he will fall, but he does get denied from Duder on the Gravekeeper there, so it ends up being a 3-for-2. Gemini, he's getting caught here by the multicast from Blacksmith. There's the Twin Fangs to safety, and another deny coming in from Duder. He's on top of these denies, man. Just deny everybody. Don't give any kills over to Big Ego Crew. Oh, man, what a fun sequence that was. So we have Blacksmith and Engineer now making their way to mid lane as Magnus will port in here. Shadowblade is rotated currently to the bottom, but he picks up another Apprentice Robe. So I guess he's going to be going for Hellflower this game. Here's the multicast coming in. Nighthound will fall. Here's a Lava Surge from Kinesis, stunning the Magnus. And this is a great fight coming in from Big Ego Crew. Will they be able to continue this as Gemini is now here with the Twin Fang Stun? The Breath does take out Kinesis and Engineer. He's going down to that Mortification. Will he get denied? He will not, and he will fall. It is a 2-for-2 exchange. Gemini does fall, though, as Shadowblade joins the party. It's a 3-for-2 fight now in favor of Big Ego Crew, as Snooki on the Revenant. He's trying to get a return kill here, but not going to have the damage there for another kill. So we do have an Arcana picked up there on the Revenant. Looks like he will be going for that Hellflower. So a lot of Hellflowers in the works here for the two sides. We have one, it looks like, for Shadowblade and one for Revenant. So we could be seeing an intelligent Shadowblade build this game. That's going to be pretty nifty. I'm very used to seeing the agility, well, the agility style Shadowblade with the strength form in the early game. Now, speaking of Shadowblade, he's going to get caught here by the Lava Surge. There's the Cloud down. The Toxin Claw is slowing. He is going to turn it around here with the stun from the Soul Sight. Gravekeeper's here with a Corpse Out. There's a two-man stun from Kinesis, but there is no follow-up. And Kinesis, he just overextended himself. He is going to fall, and it's a double tap coming in for Gravekeeper there on the main support as he also gets that D-ward on that cliff. We have Veiled Rotted Blacksmith down here in the bottom lane with Engineer. They're trying to set up the kill. Here's the Fireball into the Keg Stun. Backwards, getting knocked into the turret. The Flaming Hammer, it is currently level 1. But Gemini now ports in. He's going to split into the Fire and Ice. Is he going to get the vision here for the dogs? He uses the breath. There's the stun connecting from Engineer. A beautiful keg stun as it knocks both the dogs, and that will get him the distance to safety. Now Bubbles is here with the combo. He will snipe out the Revenant. Gemini gets kelp fielded up here. He will split back into main form and break that kelp field use there. Soul Trap is applied. There's a multicast coming in from Dutch on top of the Flaming Hammer and the Shellsurf Song of the Sea. The multicasts are real. Coming in from Dutch owners as they pick up the kill there onto Gemini. So 2 kills going the way of Big Ego Crew. None going the way of Doghouse. So we now have a 15-10 hero kill lead. As we see Zombie Apocalypse used here for this tower. They're really trying to get this tower. Looks like Big Ego Crew will not hold the defense here. In the mid lane, the tower will fall. Magnus about halfway towards his portal key now, as he does have quite a bit of build-up. Here's a Lava Surge stun on the Bubbles. Kinesis is here, though, with the lift, and they baited it all along, but is it going to work out in their favor as 2 kills go the way of Big Ego Crew? Both the Bubbles and the Kinesis do fall in exchange for that Magnus, so Doghouse picking up a pair of kills there. There's a, oh my god, there's a portal key on the main support Gravekeeper. Dude with 315 gold per minute, making it look easy. A almost 14-minute portal key here, picked up on the main support. Defile damage coming in on top of that Mortification, and Engineer falls as he gets onslaughted there by the Invis duo of Nighthound and Revenant. Double damage room picked up here on Snooki, and there's the dust coming in from Dutch. He's going to Fireball stun the Nighthound here. As the ports are coming in, they're trying to bait this, it looks like, but they're not fully committing. Now Revenant, he's coming in. He is invisible. Here comes the takeover from Bubbles. He uses the Shell Surf. Double Shell Surf going to land, but he does end up falling. There's the Cloud. He will end up falling here. Shadowblade does pick up a double tap. They get the kill onto Revenant as well. So it was a 2-for-1 there, as they did get the kill onto Bubbles initially, but coming at a cost of 2 players. Magnus now, he's in the trees. Is he going to get spotted here? Defensive Lava Surge will get him the distance to safety, and it looks like he will be just fine. So we currently have Gemini farming away in the bot lane, where he has kind of tapered off a little bit. He's only 360 gold per minute. He did have that great start, but since then he has died 4 times. So he has started to go down there to the bottom lane to kind of recover his farm. He picks up the Sacrificial Stone on top of the Vestments. He's going to try to work on this bottom tier 1 tower. We'll see if Bubbles has anything to say about that, though. He's making his way down here to try to defend that. As we do have the portal key initiation from Gravekeeper in the mid lane. There's the, what are these spells called? The Corpse Explosion. But Gravekeeper, he gets baited. There's just too many players here from Big Ego Crew. He goes down. It did look like it was a nice initiation to start it off, but the damage was not enough for a kill. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the tower does fall. They get a kill onto Shadowblade in the top lane. Revenant and Nighthound once again making another kill happen. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Gemini picks up the tower last hit as Bubbles couldn't get the deny. So action happening all over the place, as it is now a 20-14 hero kill lead, and an 8,000 gold and almost 9,000 experience lead here for the Doghouse. So we have level 13 Revenant here with a Hellflower. He is 450 gold per minute, currently the highest GPM in the game. Oh my god, they're playing a cat and mouse game here on the Rev Wards. We have Invisible Blacksmith. He's almost in range of this Rev Ward. But as we can see, Nighthound is getting spotted on Blacksmith's Ward of Revelation. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, I missed that one completely, but we have Magnus and Gemini comboing there for a kill onto Engineer. Will they get punished here as the rotations are making their way over? Blacksmith, he's going to run into Magnus here. Kinesis, he's going to start here with the Lava Surge on the Kinesis. Here comes the multicast, but that was on the Frenzy, not on the Fireball. Bubbles goes in. Oh no, is that the right decision? Is he baiting this? Here comes the Kelfield down. Bubbles will take cover, and a beautiful take cover coming in. Maybe it was bait all along as Gemini. He will most likely fall here. The final auto attack does take him down. Meanwhile, Blacksmith does fall in the background to Nighthound, but Shadowblade is fighting strong. Gravekeeper does assist for a return kill here onto Kinesis. They do bring down the Gemini, and now Revenant is going to, with the assistance of Gravekeeper and Magnus, take down the Shadowblade. So he is not very tanky there on the Shadowblade. He does fall as Gravekeeper gets credit for that kill, and it ends up being a 3-for-1 team fight. Oh no, the energy field unfortunately going to miss as the keg stun. It was trying to knock him in. Good attempt there, but not going to end up working out. So Revenant, what will he buy here? I think he's going to go for a Geometer's Bane. We could also see a Shrunken Head, possibly. As, okay, he does pick up a Fleet Feet. I think we're going to see Firebrand into possibly a Geometer's Bane. We have a lot of Veiled Rots here. Bubbles is going to get the first start here. He's going to get the Song of the Sea into the Shell Surf. Will they have the follow-up? Here comes the Magma Stun onto Engineer as Nighthound's taking heavy pressure here in the background from Magnus and Blacksmith and Kinesis. So Nighthound does fall, and that will be the one kill here. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Veiled Rot here on the Gravekeeper. There's a Lava Surge coming in with the Portal Key stun onto Blacksmith. Now he is very tanky. Gravekeeper getting turned on by Bubbles, but Bubbles is getting turned on by that damage from Revenant with the Hellflower, and they will get the one kill onto Bubbles. Engineer could be in some trouble. No, make it Shadowblade. As they're thinking about going back in. There was a Magnus stun. Here comes Gravekeeper with the Corpse stun. The mortification damage on top. They trade the Gravekeeper for the Shadowblade. Now Gemini's here in dog form as he does take out the Engineer. He recombines. He still has a Twin Fang stun. He will not land it here, but he is in the middle of the tower here as the Hellflower is put onto Kinesis, and the dives are real coming in from Doghouse as they take 4 kills here in this team fight, and they lose their Gravekeeper. And only their Nighthound, who just currently respawned there in the bottom lane. So another big fight coming in from Doghouse here. We have an Energizer picked up here on the Nighthound. Bubbles currently with a Spell Shards level 1. Here comes the Fireball stun on the Nighthound. There's the Song of the Sea following up that Shell Surge. Now they will get the kill on the Nighthound, but they will trade the Blacksmith. And look at the damage coming in from Revenant. He picks up a double tap there as he hits so darn hard with that Hellflower. They get 2 kills, and they're not done just yet. Shadowblade is here. He's going to get spotted by Gravekeeper. This is a support Gravekeeper. Almost solo killing the enemy carry here, the Shadowblade. So much damage coming in from the Gravekeeper. Gemini, he is not done. He gets the catcher onto Kinesis, and that will be a solo kill there coming out for Fa as he cleans up Kinesis. Only Engineer is alive currently in the top lane. As I have a little bit of fun banter there in the all chat, but Doghouse looking very strong here in game number 2 with a pretty unorthodox style of lineup. Magnus also picks up a Sacrificial Stone. Looks like they have 2 of those now. Don't have too much farm across the board here on the side of Big Ego Crew. Not a whole lot of items. The support's very poor. Shadowblade without his first core item yet, and Blacksmith still only with build-up items. So they are very far behind here in Golden XP. We'll see if they can get some ground back here in this game here, as they're going to use some Veiled Rots here. Try to set up some kills. As we can see, Magnus will pour it out. Gravekeeper looks like he gets a Word of Sight down here in the top lane. Nighthound's just standing here scouting the tier 2 tower. He's basically a ward. That just looks so funny. He's just scouting the way here for Gemini. I don't think he... Okay, now he spotted Engineer. He's going to open with the right clicks. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we have Bubbles falling. Engineer's going to use the energy field, but Gemini, he does not get silenced up. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we do see Gravekeeper go down in exchange for that Bubbles, and Engineer will fall to the Nighthound and the Gemini. So it was a 2-for-1 here in favor of Doghouse. As again, Nighthound is between the towers, just scouting out where they are going. There's a stun coming in. They have that ward of sight down. They're gonna dive mechs in the base. Now I'm gonna go for the port. I don't know if that's gonna work. There's the multicast again, coming in from Dutch Orange. Luck is a skill, baby, as he once again picks up that multicast there for the kill. I think that they should know that there is possibly a ward here with the way they dove the base there, but we'll see if they... Yeah, they're going to immediately counter that, so heads up coming up from Big Ego Crew. Will they get this deny? Yes. Blacksmith will deny that mid tier 2 tower. Here's an eruption being channeled, though. Is he going to commit to this? Just going to farm the creeps there, and... We'll see if Big Ego Crew looks to capitalize here, as Gravekeeper is currently veiled rotted here. He's going to run into Bubbles and Engineer. He opens with the Corpse Toss into the Zombie Apocalypse. There's a Keck Stun, and Gravekeeper will fall. Gemini just missed a Twin Fang stun, and they will not get the catch they're looking for. Here comes Bubbles with the kill field, blocking down the Gemini. Flaming Hammer comes down. There's the turret and the auto attacks from Shadowblade, and Gemini will fall. It is a disaster here for Doghouse, as 2 players are already dead. They're trying to make it 3 as Magnus. He's going to use the Steam Bath. There's a buyback coming in from Gemini. He's porting into the mid lane. The Lava Surge will get him to safety for now, but here comes Gemini. He splits up into Fire and Ice. There's a Keck Stun going to land, keeping him from recombining here, as Nighthound pounces in onto Bubbles, but the Cloud was on cooldown, so Bubbles will get to safety there. Magnus, or Gemini, he actually picks up the portal key on Gemini. Okay, there's a stun coming in from Magnus on the Shadowblade. He's trying to line up the Twin Fangs jump, and he's going to jump here to safety, as we currently have Revenant split pushing in the bottom lane with that Firebrand picked up. He's going to push those creeps over to the base. Nighthound going to get the initiation here on the Shadowblade, and he just melts. He's just not tanky enough to deal with these engagements here. He goes down to the Gemini, as we currently see Doghouse invading Big Ego Crew's jungle. We even have a Bound Eye picked up here on the Blacksmith, so they recognize, hey, we're going up against all these invis style heroes. We need that vision to try to regain control here of the map. But Znicki almost has his Geometer's Bane here on the Revenant. It's going to be outputting so much damage. He's currently at 12% hero damage. Bubbles is actually the top hero damage of the game. Meanwhile, we have a team fight going on. Blacksmith is down. There's an energy field. Gemini is going to get silenced up. There's the lift from Kinesis. 2-man stun from the Magnus as the Corpse Toss comes in from Gravekeeper. They get the kill onto Kinesis as well as Bubbles. Twin Fang stun going to land with that haste rune as he is thinking about splitting up into dog form. There he goes, and Engineer will fall as well. It's a hat trick coming out for Nighthound as the announcer goes, bop, boop, boop, beep, boo. There's the hat trick. And only Shadowblade is alive. Magnus trying to have something to say about that. We're going to have the health potion being used here. There's the Storm Spirit from Magnus. But are they trying to bait this here? Nighthound is in the base. And they're trying to get him to commit here to the Magnus. There's a Rev Ward from Puppet Soul. He heads up play coming in. There's the Zombie Apocalypse, though, from Duder. And they trade Nighthound for the Shadowblade there in the base. Dude will TP out on the Gravekeeper as he survives. The Fireball was on cooldown from the Blacksmith. He's trying to get the chase here onto Magnus, but there's the concede mode here at the 25-minute mark. Big Ego Crew has had enough. And almost 30,000 golden experience lead here at only the 25-minute mark. Very nice game coming in there from the Doghouse. So that will conclude game number